Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of How Did This Get Booked? I, of course, am your host, Jake Manning. I'm a veteran of the professional wrestling business for over a decade, and I've held every single job except selling popcorn. I'm joined, as always, by a man who can fuck off to hit that fucking intro.
Now, there was a moment where I was watching you do it. I was like, this motherfucker won't look me in the eyes because he knows. And as soon as you look up at me, I thought you were about to falter on the word business. And I was like, oh,
and
fuck
then I looked you dead in the fucking eyes. I looked you dead in the
full dismount.
Fucking dead in the fucking eyes.
Simone Biles did.
I fucking needed that motivation to get me fucking. No, going wrong. Like if I didn't have that, then it would have been a different story. But on this day, my friend, that was a fucking win.
You did it.
That was a win.
The Man Scout's back.
That's right. And Zane Riley is back.
Hey, oh man.
I appreciate you coming here. You're the only one coming here.
Hey, we got a social distance.
We got a social distance from all comics, and they're dropping like flies.
Of course, we were trying to social distance from them, before all this happened.
Yeah, we were discussing if this is the way the podcast was going to be. It's been this way, and you guys seem to be pretty happy about it. So
until you guys complain, there might not be a comedian back. And it's easier for us, but if, you guys want it, we'll make it happen. But, man, it's so easy.
Yeah. Just
not to have to worry and reschedule around people.
Yeah, and then, the terrified feeling that I had that they didn't watch when I asked them to watch.
Oh, I thought we were going to watch it together.
I always know you're going to watch this 20 minutes before you come over here. Not a doubt, not a chance, never an issue whatsoever.
I watched 3 episodes on Sunday while I got drunk, and then I took a nap, and I was like, I'll catch it later. And then I remembered we had to do this today. Mm-hmm. Well, no, then I remembered we had to do it yesterday.
Oh, so that's why you canceled. I thought you had some work.
No, I did. I was like, I can knock it out, but, I still like other shit going on. Maybe you've read some tweets. And that's all. That's about it. That's that part. We can put that in there.
Okay.
Maybe you've read the Twitterverse around me. But I had that going on.
It's bad when Zane Riley, we see each other, and I'm like, how you doing? And you're just like, fucking goddamn Twitter mentions.
I'm so tired of getting on Twitter.
Something I thought I'd never hear you ever say.
Me either.
A
lot of it's who the fuck is Zane Riley? And guys, I'm telling you, great question. Nailed it. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
I'm trying to think of a really clever fucking joke or a fucking dig at you, but I was starting to read them this morning at 6 a.m. and I'm like, I'm gonna put this away. I'm gonna come up with something brilliant later on the day. I'm gonna let this marinate.
You'll leave this in the drafts.
I'm gonna let this marinate as long as the same way that I'm gonna let my meat from my meat parade.
Yeah.
Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. My meat parades they're a little bit all over the place. My whole schedule is fucked up. It's all fucked up. Basically, my Mondays and Tuesdays are solely high spots work. Yeah.
It's hard being a white man in the pandemic, Jake.
I'm able to get food for the time being. Rice is an issue, as we've discussed.
Yep, we were talking about rice.
Yes, but I had some leftover pasta in the cupboards, and I've been using that. So I'm clearing out the cupboards, and you know how bare my cupboards are. So what I'm trying
an old woman in the shoe. I think that talks about bare cupboards.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a use for Worcestershire sauce because that's the only other thing. Yeah.
You don't hold on. You don't marinate your steaks in Worcestershire sauce?
No.
You just man. You put your steaks in there, dump the whole fucking bottle of Worcestershire sauce in there.
Let
that set a day. It's all you need, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, brother.
All right, cool.
Worcestershire is the original marinade. Lee and Perkins would. I don't know if they're dead. They might be rolling over in the graves, but Lee and Perkins.
Alex Gormachelli is rolling over in her.
Wait, hold on. You got Alex's stuff? Ooh, we can't hide money. Guess it ain't that hard to be a white man in the pandemic. What up, Alex? Hope you're listening.
Well, we know how we're doing.
Yeah, how are you guys doing?
Yeah, wait. I hope you guys are doing good and great. And I gotta say, I can't thank you guys enough for leaving the reviews because we've got actually 2 new reviews on.
Is this going to turn into a tirade about how it doesn't make you feel anything?
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't put that in my pre-show notes.
Fuck.
I have gotten a lot of good feedback about that. I remember when if you listen to the last episode, I go on this whole explanation on why I'm a well. I'm not going to repeat it. Go back and listen to that episode. It's a great episode.
Is it still Post-it noted on your mirror in your bathroom? I didn't use the bathroom before we started.
I added a new one.
Oh man, I'll keep you guys updated next show.
Yeah. That one's very depressing.
Oh, I'll skip it. I'll just pee at home, man.
Every time I have somebody over, I have to take them down because I don't want to make them sad. But it's not about making me sad. It's more about me realizing reality. Yeah. But
assuring
myself of what my situation is. But when I shared that last week, I remember when I was sharing it, you gave me this look of like, ooh, Jake, you're going to alienate everybody that loves you. Yeah. Don't do that.
We were going down the wrong path.
But I'll tell you what. Some people reached out and they like, thank you for sharing that. And I agree. And you are a well, sir. And the water is sweet.
No.
So like, that's.
And he felt nothing.
That I did feel because you recognize that I am a well and you understand my purpose. You understand why I'm here. But if you're trying to dig something out that isn't there.
You didn't try to make a joke about it and then follow that joke up with but seriously, man.
No, you did exactly what I was hoping for you to do. Understand our relationship. Understand that I'm here for you. But at the end of the day, nobody's here for me. Yeah. And that's the way I want it. And you guys have heeded that call, and I can't thank you guys enough. So there's been a lot of interactions on social media because of that. So I thank you so much for that. Not as many as old fucking Twitter mentions Zane Riley over here. But
God, don't come up with a creative idea ever.
Well,
you know what I'm talking about, Jake.
Oh, I'm well aware. I'm all of this is making me want to get in time to have a trademark lawyer because I probably need it because the person that tried to take it last time is now free and open to do whatever he wants.
He sure can.
But speaking of, well, in some cases non-creative. Some of the reviews.
Okay. Weird.
No, trust me.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Did Nick Alexander say what 100 more times in a review?
No.
Oh,
but sitting on top of the poll of Apple Podcasts right now is Steve Messa.
Hey, Steve.
Who already left a review, but updated his review.
Wants another shirt. Really, he lost his first shirt.
I think he lost his first shirt. He wants another shirt. He left another review. So, heeding the call, ladies and gentlemen, you can leave multiple reviews. Yeah. It counts all the same. And tell you what, guys, we've only got like 60 some odd reviews. If there's only 60 people listening to this podcast, we won't make the time to do this. I would like to think that there are thousands of people. So I would like to see that. I would at least like us to have a tenth of the reviews of what our listenership is, and if 60 is a tenth, that's very depressing.
Yeah, we'd like more than that too.
Yeah, I would want a little more than that. So please get out there and leave a review. And it doesn't take much because let me tell you what Steve Messa put.
Oh,
so this is where the non-creative part comes in. He put 2 very, very, very 9 times. Okay. Use the word very.
I thought you were going to say he just said to vary. And no. That is all.
To vary, and then use the word very 9 times.
Yep.
Funny guys.
Good.
He literally could have left a 4-word review.
Nope. He wanted that 13.
And it would have worked all of the same.
Nope, he wanted that 13.
I appreciate taking the time. That I probably appreciate more than the creativity, Messa. So thank you so much for that. You got another free T-shirt coming. Platitude. I don't know if I sent yours out or not. I'm not for sure. Somebody got up with me. I think I sent your shirt out. I definitely sent one out to Smalls this week.
Hey.
I'm a little behind because my boss is handling the shipping department, so it's a little weird when I go to my employer and be like, "Hey, can you ship out this T-shirt for my podcast for free on your shipping account? Here you go, sir." But what's he gonna do? Fire me? I'm already fired. I'm already fired. Technically, I am. Yeah. So, collecting unemployment.
Which when we had this last podcast, you weren't. The future was not sure for the Man Scout and Man Scout. Success.
Yeah, I'm in the system. Also, too, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about any of this. I think I'm allowed to say these things. Like,
find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find if anybody's listening. We'll find out if anybody's listening by the amount of reviews we get next week, and we'll also find out if this project gets taken away from me.
Yeah.
Like AEW has been waiting for a while to send me over their last pay-per-views to be put on DVD. I don't know if they're going to hit the DVD market or not, but I'm creating them, and they will pay me for my services. Hey. And what happens after that, that's on them.
Yep.
But AEW gave me some side work for me to work on. Also, NWA is giving me some more side work. So thank you very much, Maureen, for that. She always takes care of me and gives me side work. So that
must be nice.
Do you get some side work from Maureen?
Have Maureen take care of you.
Have Maureen take care of you? Shouldn't I take care of you? Your roommate? You mean your roommate's not taking care of you?
Man, never.
I would say girlfriend, but let's be honest with what your relationship is.
Oh, damn. You got me good.
I did.
Let's go back to those reviews.
Listen, I'm firing
all cylinders.
All cylinders. I know what the problem is. I don't talk usually when we do this, I haven't talked to enough people during the day. We had a nice long conversation before we jumped on mic, and I'm fired.
We had a conversation earlier.
We gave out some motherfuckers to a bunch of people.
A whole bunch of motherfuckers.
We can't talk about it on microphone
Nope.
here at this moment in time. But
Not
who I do want to talk about, though, on Stitcher, Keaton's, hey, you've been sitting on top of the pole for a long time. No more.
Oh,
no more.
Is Stitcher a dead platform?
No, Stitcher's still a thing.
Okay.
And you can still leave reviews. And their algorithm isn't as picky as Apple Podcasts, but we still are going to give out a free T-shirt if you leave a review, because
we don't believe in classes around here.
I don't. I really don't. So I want to make sure that everybody who has an Android phone has the opportunity to get a free T-shirt. So that's basically why I'm doing this. I don't think it does anything whatsoever on Stitcher, and I don't think Stitcher's the preferred platform of podcasts. I think most people are on Spotify, and I don't know if there's a review portion for that. If there is, I'd give out a T-shirt for that. But a person who will be getting a T-shirt, and Zane, I want you to pay attention.
I'm seeing if the Podcast Addict app that I use has any reviews or anything. Go ahead.
Okay, but the username.
Okay.
For the person who's sitting on top of the pole of Stitcher, and this comes back to a bit we did on the podcast. It may be coming back to a bit. I don't know. This may be a different name, but when I first saw it, the username was Agrot.
What?
Agate?
Agate?
Yeah. Or when, at first glance, it looked like agate.
Hey, we're back.
At first glance, it looked like agate. But it's agrot, I believe, is it? Because there's an R right before the T. But when I first saw it, I laughed as loud as I've laughed in a very long time, because there's a bit that they could cancel this entire free podcast.
That's not gonna make a shirt.
It's definitely one of the edgier things I've said before in my entire life, but I still stand by it.
Luckily, I don't know how to find it. Like, I don't know what episode that was to be able to tell you where to go listen.
Don't listen. Yeah, don't
go looking for it.
Don't go looking.
If you don't know it, don't go changing.
Don't go changing. But Agrot, you were sitting on top of the pole. I think you might have been the person that got in touch with me. When I was filling out these reviews, I'm like, oh, I think there's somebody that I have not sent a free T-shirt out. So if I haven't done that, just holler at me.
What'd they say?
It was a long one. It was a sincere one. They put their heart into it.
Oh,
like a little,
thank you, little motherfucker. There you go.
Thank you. I was treading lightly on where I was going, and you came in. You're like, nope. Here's the safer option.
We're going.
Thank you.
This is where we go now.
Thank you. This is where we be now.
So, is that going to be our listening? My favorite murderer has the Murderinos as their fan base, or all of our fan base is motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers or agates.
Motherfuckers it is. Man, we've hit the maximum use of that one.
Well, somebody who is definitely a top-rated motherfucker is DJ Shadow Penguin. He messaged me personally not too long ago. He had an issue with one of the T-shirts, his mailing address.
Oh, something we said. I have an issue with what you said.
It was one of my shirts. Okay. Also, too, thank you to anybody who's buying my merch right now. It's kind of been on a little bit of an uptick. Yeah. I've been getting a little more orders every week, and that gets... because I go through Squarespace, that gets deposited right into my account immediately. So anytime you buy merch at howdidthisgetbooked.com, maybe How Did This Get Booked t-shirts or Man Scout Manning, anything whatsoever that's listed on there, that is a huge, huge help, and that goes directly into my bank account, and it directly takes care of me and directly takes away a lot of anxiety and a lot of fucking worry that I have. And DJ Shadow Penguin was one of those guys, and we were just conversing via email, and just had a really nice conversation. We just kind of really found a whole silver lining to this whole dark cloud that's over here, and good dude.
Oh,
just I shout him out a lot on 10 Bell. He needs to be shouted out here on How Did This Get Booked.
The superior podcast.
Absolutely. Somebody was telling me how good I was on 10 Bell. I go, oh, you should hear me on How Did This Get Booked. It's real good.
Your other drunk Micah is and never is drunk.
Never. Also too.
And I don't keep you around for 8 hours a fucking day. I try to get out in an hour.
Oh, we might. Hey, there's the battery on the Zoom just ticked down to 1 bar. So
we're cranking it up.
We're moving right along. But before we move right along, I just want to tell you guys that a lot of people have reached out and been like read that article that we were featured in the Charlotte episode. A lot of people read that article, and a lot of people came to me like, "Hey, I don't want High Spots to go out of business."
Neither do we. I don't even fucking work there, and I don't want to go out of business.
Nobody wants to go out of business, and I just kind of want to just quell that a little bit. We are doing okay. Mm-hmm. We have made some very smart moves in this time. You don't need to send us links to representatives and loans and other things that a lot of I appreciate all the help that you are trying to do or directions you're trying to send us to think we should do as a company. I appreciate all that and all the research that you do. I really, really, honestly, truly, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate the amount of love and time that you put into wanting to keep High Spots going. But as it says right now, we are doing okay, and the best possible thing you could do if you want to support High Spots is just buy something.
Is there a sale going on right now, Jake? Sales, Jake!
There's a sale going on right now. We don't have the 50% off DVDs and downloads anymore, but and I think we ixnayed the 36% on everything else. Now everything is, I believe, 25% off. Nice. And almost anything is the disclaimer. There's a lot of stuff that's up for sale, 25% off. It still includes DVDs. I think that still includes downloads. There's a lot of things.
It'll say it on the website.
It'll say it on the website, and there's a lot. We're running low on stock on a lot of stuff.
So get it in.
Especially Stone Cold Steve Austin autographed items that we got 2 years ago. You would be surprised how many
you guys are wilding out with those stimulus checks.
Please keep going. Please keep. There's a lot of like
round out my Stone Cold Steve Austin collection.
Also, too, there's a lot of Harley Race stuff that was autographed that's disappearing quickly, and there's a lot of stuff like that you're never going to get again. So if there's anything that you ever wanted from highspots.com, as I said before, when it was 50% off and 36% off, it may not be there anymore. Same applies once again for 25% off. There's a lot of stuff going out the door that you'll never see again. There's a lot of stuff that I'm taking off the website and pulling the very last item of a lot of things. Roddy Piper autographs, a lot of really cool once-in-a-lifetime things. There's up there. If you've ever wanted to order, now's the time. Also, too, if you're a wrestler, I think like we get discounts on gear and everything like that. So if you just want to,
still making
knee pads, still making kick pads. We're still shipping it out right away. Take advantage of the discount now, and hopefully when things come back, you get some cheap gear.
Okay, you ready to go?
I am ready to go. If you are ready to go, sir,
it's gonna be a speedball out here, guys. And I think we're going to take very different approaches to this show.
Well, here's the thing. The topic of discussion today is the Netflix show, The Big Show.
Yeah, it is.
And here's the thing. I had to stop watching episodes of The Wire to watch this show. So my
different ends of the fucking spectrum.
Oh, very, 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 very different as far as writing goes. I do appreciate the creators, Josh Beisel, and then Jason Berger. I do appreciate them creating the show and making this a vehicle for The Big Show. But you are no David Simon. I'm just letting. If you didn't know that, you're not David Simon. I'm just saying. You're not David Simon. Sorry.
Sorry, that's all right.
Sorry. I mean, you did. I mean, the creators of this show did create the LA to Vegas Fox TV show.
I fucking love that show.
That probably makes sense why you love this show.
Yes, I did. And why that show is probably not on the air anymore.
Yeah, but it led to this. So, Zane, your overall reaction to this
I liked the show. I thought it was super cute. I had to stop watching episodes of The Americans. That's what I'm going back and watching.
Okay, well, I mean, that's a 75%.
It's in the middle there.
It's middle. It's not 100% or 99.
It's not an HBO show.
And I'm just got on season.
It's an FX.
I just got on season 2.
The Wire?
Yes.
Arguably the best season.
Fucking Frank Sabatka?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
and then I got to dive into...
You get this. But then, see what you fucked up. If you would have already watched season 2 and you would have been in like season 3 of The Wire... From like here towards the end, you could have just you wouldn't even cared. Like, I'd rather watch the Big Show.
Would I?
3 takes a turn, man.
3 does? Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Well, all right.
The 1 and 2 are lightning in a bottle, and I think they bring it back for like 5 as a good one.
Okay. Well, I will buckle up for that, and let's buckle up for me.
We can't steal that from a different podcast about how one of us has never seen The Wire.
No, we can't. We're both going to be Wire aficionados before this is all done. If if I ever find out that, if we could ever do some sort of weird thing where Chris Bauer, because he went to PWG and we could do an episode on The Wire, or if we were like everybody else and had a Patreon, we would do a Patreon episode talking about The Wire.
But you guys don't need to pay for this.
No, you don't. That would be something that I would do for another podcast where basically, did you know this in the world of podcasting? The way that you make money or you turn a profit with it is you have a podcast, but then you have a Patreon, so you do double the work.
See, that sounds silly.
It's silly.
Why wouldn't you just charge for the first one?
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Yeah.
You don't do that. No.
Yeah,
you give away free, so then they like you enough that they feel. See,
that's silly.
It's weird.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. I don't want it. It's not going to happen for How Did This Get Booked.
It's not going to take weight.
No, it is not. But speaking of weight, Paul White is your.
Yeah. Here's the big show.
Is your lead character in all this?
Good.
Paul White from Aiken, South Carolina, which also his wife Cassie, Allison Munn, she is also a South Carolina native. So that thought that was interesting. She actually got her start in One Tree Hill. Okay. She was also in the show.
Oh, my One Tree Hill heads out there.
I just let you know. I filmed in Wilmington, North Carolina. She did a lot of Nickelodeon shows. Most specifically, Nicky, Ricky, Dickie, Dawn.
Nope.
No. All right, cool.
I was a Disney kid.
All right, cool. She might have did a couple shows like that. It seemed like that. It seemed like there's a real tenor to this whole thing, like Disney, Nickelodeon type feel.
Yeah,
to
it's very even Stevens out here.
Mm-hmm. And Renee Castor plays Lola.
Okay.
And
the older daughter.
And then, of course, Mandy plays the middle. Mandy is the middle daughter. Lily Brooks O'Brien. She was in a movie with Dolph Lundgren. And there's a nice picture on her IMDb of Lundgren holding her up as a little bit younger child. And I'm just like, I want to see this movie.
I've got to.
I think it's necessary in the world. Then JJ, the youngest daughter, Juliet Dawnfield. She was in a couple episodes of Better Call Saul. So.
She is the real reason to watch this whole fucking series.
She's like the female real life version of Stewie. Is basically how to put it. Very clever. There's some interesting stuff in there and wonderful.
She's got a fucking delivery on her that's fucking killer.
She's great. Julia White plays Carrie.
We need some Urkel.
Wait, I mean,
or Urkel. I guess it's
you know what,
Stefan.
Urkel's kind of a punchline.
Yeah.
But I like Jaleel White's commitment to, if I'm in a sitcom, I'm doing a funny voice.
Yeah.
Because that ain't his goddamn voice. No. He's just like, no, I'm going to do a funny voice.
Yeah. Look, I know why I'm here.
I know why I'm here. And they're like, no, Jaleel, you can just talk like you. Like, no.
Let's be a dude.
You have booked Jaleel White. I will come up with a weird accent, a weird twitch to my vocal patterns, and that is what you will be getting from me, sir.
You'll get my over-the-top delivery, and you will like it.
You will deal with my Juilliard training that I have got, and I will express myself verbally differently than I am here to you today as Mr. White.
They call me Mr. White.
Then Dallas Young, I scribbled it. Taylor Swift.
Oh, Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. He was on a couple episodes of Mixed Dish, which is a wonderful show that you should watch. DVR, watch it, and if you
has a relation to a former guest,
Spencer Taylor. So if nothing else, DVR Mixed Dish and just hit play and walk away from it.
Yeah,
just
play and walk away,
and counts as part of the ratings. Or watch it and enjoy it because it's a fantastic show. Whichever you want to do, but you have to do one or the other if you want to continue to listen to this show. Leave a review.
The John Hodgman approach. If your friend's doing something, you don't want to watch it, just play it, walk away.
Play it, walk away. So, and speaking of friends, there's a lot of Big Show's friends: Mark Henry, Mick Foley, Rikishi, but we'll get into it when they get to their episodes. I should point out, though, the director for 3 of the episodes is Phil Lewis, who was Mr. Mosby from The Sweet Life.
Okay.
He was, I guess, the head guy, like the guy who was running the hotel.
Yes,
that guy. He was also in City Slickers. He was the son.
1 or 2?
1.
Okay.
Remember the African American like dad and son? He was the son.
Okay.
Very accomplished director. Fucking fantastic.
Episodes of The Wire.
No,
Well.
a lot of Sweet Life type
There you
stuff.
go.
I mean, he's kind of the king of that.
He knows his bread and butter.
But it is interesting. He was in a lot of TV stuff as well. He was like a TV actor. He was in a lot of stuff that didn't really take off. Like he was in Hardball with Joe Rogan and Jim Brewer, that baseball show. He was in a lot of like TV shows and had opportunities and like guest appearances and did a whole lot. And then he got into directing, and he seems to be the fucking go-to guy for Sweet Life type shit. You know,
17-act comedies.
Yeah. So, and then and then the other director, Bob Kohr, whatever.
Book him.
Also directed Sweet Life on Deck. So like, there's a lot of Sweet Life going on right here. But let's get into episode 1. The battery's running down. We're 25 minutes in,
and we're about done.
And we're about done.
These are like eight 25-minute episodes.
Well, once we fucking get through episode 1, there's a lot going on in episode 1, and I kind of got a flow of all this. I was just like, I think the flow of all these types of shows, because it's been a long time since I've seen a show like this, and especially as an adult, I couldn't even tell you the last time I saw a show like this. It might be on in the background of the gym that I would be at, and that's
there wouldn't be volume.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I remember the Sweet Life being on in the background of my gym because the lady that owned the gym's kids there, and like sometimes he would allow them to turn the volume up. Like, like if they're not going to turn the volume up for Fox News of the gym, they're not going to turn it up for fucking the Sweet Life.
I'd rather them turn it up for the Sweet Life.
Yeah, pretty much. You and me both. But what I've noticed with these things is it's like, hey, let's just throw a lot of shit at.
Of course. We got to get them on the board right away so they watch episode 2.
Yeah, but also, too, like a lot of the episodes, it's like, let's just do a bunch of stuff and then not think about how we got here.
Yeah, some story will happen.
There's no story. It's just like, let's just throw shit at it.
Yeah.
And then we come to an end. We got one big story, but in the meantime, a bunch of shit's going to fucking happen. Yeah. And sometimes it doesn't pay off, but I will say there's a lot of callbacks throughout this fucking...
The whole thing.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. So that means they got probably somebody who's a comedian. So I'm just saying, if you're looking for a comedian who likes professional wrestling, Nick Alexander, I'm sure he could write a spec script for this episode quite as well. His girlfriend works on Mixed-ish. I don't know if that helps at all in this job interview or not.
If
but
that kid maybe wants to put a word in.
That kid wants, if Taylor Swift,
if
T Sway wants to put a word in for Nick Alexander, Spencer does you right, old Nicholas will. So, but I dig the fact that they're using like WWE footage.
Yep.
They are referring to him being in the WWE.
Yep.
They are referring to WWE.
Beat you over the head with it at points.
But you know what? I don't have a problem with it because I'd rather them do that as opposed to, remember when you were XPWG?
Yeah.
Like, I fucking, like, it always takes me fucking out of it when they have the fake, like, wrestling names or like, remember Wrestle Jam 3 when you took on the Sheik, Randy the Ram? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Just... I mean, I know we can't say WrestleMania. I know we're not. I don't even know if I'm allowed to even say it on this free podcast.
We're not.
Okay. Mania.
I think we gotta take a couple episodes down.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh fuck.
Oh fuck. Oh shit. We're not do that.
Wrap all this up. We gotta go.
We gotta go.
Burn this house down. We gotta get it.
And don't listen to that episode where I said agate. Don't listen to that one.
Man, or this one where we say it a whole lot more.
A whole lot more.
Motherfucker.
So yeah, like I do appreciate because it feels immersive.
Yeah.
Instead of just taking me out of like, I know this is fake. I can't. So like, I like that it's in there, but yeah, it does get in there a little bit. So anyways, Lola's coming to live with the family.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Which we introduced some weird topics in this show. Well, not weird topics, but like some topics I wouldn't expect, and like that comes up a little bit later. But this one of the Big Show's already been married, has a kid, and now has a new family.
We've never talked about that. It's not discussed whatsoever at all.
It just is.
It just is. And she was in Minnesota, and like he was in Minnesota, and then he's
Did you do the timeline about when he would have when it would have happened 11 years, or like, this girl's like 16 because at some point she's trying to get a driver's license.
Okay, so she's 16.
That 16 years ago.
But how old is Mandy though?
Huh? His wife?
No,
the middle kid.
The middle kid, because that'd be the first kid from this marriage.
Yes, but we got to go back 16 years to find out when he was with. Well, she's probably like 11, 12.
Okay, so there's a 4-year difference.
Yep.
So
where he went from Minnesota to Florida.
So I mean,
but I was curious if you backtracked his timeline to find out what time in the WWE would it have been that he fucked some random Rizat up in Minnesota.
Well, it would have been 2004. Because this is 2020,
yeah,
16, so that'd be 2004. Man, all kinds of weird shit was going on. It was probably one of the hoes.
I'm gonna look it up. Even better.
It probably it was a little past the hose, but it was definitely that ruthless aggression era.
She could arguably be 15, so that would actually put it forward at a time. So she's definitely at least 15, 16.
So 2000, yeah, it could be.
So anyway, it has this kid, gets a divorce, meets a new woman, marries her, and has a kid in the span of 4 years if we're being good about it. This kid could be 13.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is that would be about, I think that would be about the time that he fought.
Because she's in middle school.
He fought Floyd Mayweather. So what we're saying is, because he was around training for Floyd Mayweather, that's what produced this kid.
Yeah, he was just banging out.
Like, okay, all right, man, that would have made this podcast so much more interesting.
If we took guys, we're gonna stop this right now. We'll come back. We're gonna miss this week. You'll be wondering why didn't we get an episode last week? We were supposed to. Well, here's why.
We got to do some deep dives on where Big Show's career was at the time that these kids happened,
when this fucking was going down.
So obviously the middle child was produced during that time that he got in shape before he fought Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
So that we know that for.
And then JJ can kind of come whenever. It's not really.
He's coming and going here and there.
It's important. It's not important to the.
He could have filmed that when he was off filming Knuckleheads or whatever that one. He's in the underwear.
Knuckleheads.
Whatever that one is.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. You nailed it.
Okay. Well, I mean, when you see the Big Show in the underwear, you kind of remember the words that are just above his head. I mean, that's how that works.
So yeah, married, divorced, new family, whole new family.
No mention of the mom. And of course, keep in mind, I'm just.
She texts in a couple times.
Yeah. What's that story? What's that story?
Yeah. I need a prequel.
And she at one point in time, she's like, "I'm going to Brussels." Like,
what are you doing?
Are you the female James Bond?
What if it's a wrestler? Wrestling lady we don't know about.
We don't know. Maybe it's Nydia, because Nydia went around 2004, hooking up on the road, Big Show.
Let us know, guys. Let us know what you know.
Nydia seems like somebody that would produce a young girl that would want to play hockey. Like, that seems like something that would be a thing. We
might have just broke this whole movie open. Guys, if we don't come back, it's the conspiracy theorists behind this Big Show has gotten us.
Either that, or it's the Big Show directed by David Simon.
Boom. Full fucking circle.
I'm in all the way. I don't know if I'm in all the way on Dr. Mandy, where they just like
they have to play the game.
Yeah, like that's a little weird. Like it's. I guess
you want to know what well-to-do white people do when they're bored and in a time crunch? They play Dr. Mandy.
They play Dr. Mandy, just throw your kids up on the shoulder and put a big trench coat and run around.
World's tallest kid.
But he's got to pick up Lola at the airport. He gets stopped at the airport. Airline jokes.
Yeah.
I mean, the comedian they have in the room's like, all right, here's a bunch that I I can't even... I'm genetically predisposed to write airline jokes, but my comedy's not that, so take them, please. And everybody in the room thought they were funny.
Take them, please. That was also a joke.
Just like my wife.
Oh. What's the deal with airplane food?
Yeah, pretty much. She starts school and then finds out there's no girl hockey team, and that's like all she wanted.
And that was like the linchpin of her coming here, was that she could play girls hockey.
Like... They fucked up the room.
Yeah.
The bag,
which is also another... So we can't just glaze over the room. The room is also a big point of this whole episode.
Yeah.
She's promised her own bedroom. This is a 3-bedroom house. The parents have one. And both the kids have a bedroom. But for some reason, JJ already has bunk beds. But it's... they each have their own room. But JJ already has bunk beds. They're going to... Mandy is supposed to go stay with JJ. She refuses to... Has a sit-in and starts, Instagramming it, because that's what kids do, liven it out there. And so now the girl does not have her own room, but says she'll stay with JJ.
Yeah. So you didn't secure her room. You did not confirm.
You just assume that just because you have the Tampa Bay Lightning that they have a girls hockey team too?
Yeah. You didn't confirm if they had a girls hockey team. And the bag is what it is, but also too, like... I think you seem to be well-to-do enough that you're like, hey, let's go buy you some stuff to get you by until the bag shows up.
The bag is almost a moot point. They lose her bag on the way there.
But they don't. It's like 2 days before they're like, let's go buy you some new stuff.
Yeah. And it's not even like a funny payoff when the bag actually shows up and it's still the wrong bag.
Yeah.
There could have been a better thing.
But here's my real issue. The whole episode, Big Show's like, I just want everything to be perfect. I just want everything to be Motherfucker, you didn't do anything to ensure that any of this was going to be fucking perfect.
Yeah, you fucked up.
None of it. No, you.
Which is kind of the Big Show trope this entire series, is that he's a very good dad, and he's just, out there trying to make it all work, and somehow fucks up everything along the way.
He didn't try. I could want to be a good dad.
Yeah.
I want to be a good dad all I want. I can do it. And guess what? I can do not a goddamn thing and still put just as much effort in as the fucking Big Show did in this fucking show.
Yep.
Like,
didn't have any of it.
Like, you could say, I want to be a good dad. What are you going to do about it? Not a goddamn thing.
Not
a fucking thing. No.
Well, have you ever heard of Dr. Mandy?
I put the kid on the shoulder and we got the whole trench coat.
I got a goddamn trench coat.
I got a goddamn trench coat for this. So, yeah.
Oh, this is all spoilers, by the way, guys. If you haven't watched it, well, you can skip the second episode and catch up.
If you're watching The Wire, you don't need to watch it. Just listen to this podcast.
If you're 30. Wait a minute. Hold on.
What?
If you're watching The Wire, you don't need to watch Big Show.
Yes, pronouns pal.
You meant that, if you're watching The Wire, you don't need to anymore because we're talking about the Big Show. And they're basically the same thing. But we have already established they are not the same thing.
See, this is why pronouns are important. Yep. Vince McMahon is maybe a crazy capitalist billionaire, but he's not wrong about pronouns.
That's the only thing.
It's the only thing.
He's probably a millionaire at this point, but whatever.
Well, not with all those cuts.
Yeah, shit. Well, all right, back to this episode. Back to the Big Show, who's retired, quote unquote, WWE wrestler.
It just wanted everything to be perfect, but didn't do anything to ensure that it would be.
Happen.
But yeah, everything moves so fast. She tries out for the male hockey team.
Well, he tries to again make everything right by fucking everything up. He goes and tries to talk to the head coach. He seems to be just basically the only PE coach at this school.
The only driving instructor too.
Yes, the lovable character.
Yes.
And tries to get him to make a hockey team for girls, and he tells him nobody wants to play. So what is a man larger than another man? Who the gym teacher is basically a midget. I'm sorry, a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. So what do all big men do to littler men when they don't like what they have to say? They hang them on the wall by their underwear.
How many people have you hung up by their underwear on a wall?
God, today? Shit ton of motherfuckers. Just hanging motherfuckers on walls left and right.
Just left and right. Hey, little motherfucker.
Oh, come here, little motherfucker.
Come here, motherfucker. But, so yeah, that happens. Proof point. The sit-in's happening. It becomes a bigger deal. It becomes like a big movement.
All these kids are coming to make sure that Mandy doesn't lose her room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then finally it gets resolved by checking Big Show into the boards.
Yep.
Knocking a man on who's ice. Who's on ice, not on skates, and just pushing him into the boards.
And very top heavy.
Very top heavy. And those wobbly legs, and a lot of
those knees don't work no more.
No, those knees don't work. Even the time he was in the ring later in the series, I was like, I feel bad for Big Show.
Yeah, poor guy.
I was kind of like, if you were a racehorse, I'd put you down right now.
You're going to be glued tomorrow.
Oh, I'm going to be glued tomorrow. But yeah, now I see why you've got this TV series now.
Good for you.
Don't come back in the ring. Stay where you're at right now. This is all right for you.
This is a good wheelhouse.
You're
not Dave Bautista, but I mean, you're doing well.
You're doing okay.
Yeah.
You're like Dave Bautista on the wrong side of town.
Oh man.
You're definitely better.
And he was only in that movie for 5 minutes. You have a whole season here, and you're about equal.
Yeah, you're definitely better than Rob Van Dam.
Oh man,
hands down.
Yeah. Me passa. You had me passa one person in this show.
No, not a single person. But they did have Middle Eastern food.
Yeah. Hey,
I thought
a gentrified white lady. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Middle East, get the fuck out of here. Whatever. So this happens. You get it resolved. She gets a room. End of an episode. Family sitcom.
Eventually, Mandy can't get the sit-in people to leave, and she's over it. Mm-hmm. And then Big Show comes and yells, and they run away. Ha ha ha.
And with Mom in Brussels, yada yada. I think everything's gonna be okay.
Yep.
Might as well go. Episode 2. It starts off with a good little joke where they talk about Florida being a human Arby's. That's correct.
They hit some good points. Some good points. They never talk about roosters in this show, so it's hard for me to believe it's actually in Tampa.
Yeah, and they showed a lot of like shots of Tampa,
but like the good angle of Tampa.
But still, it was like a situation of like we were supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was gonna be nice. Yeah, we would have been in Tampa.
I was gonna make a lot of money under that building.
That building over there, I was gonna make a lot of money. I might have made so much money that I would feel the need to get drunk because I wouldn't know what to do with my money.
I got all this money to spend.
I might as well fucking fuck up my life. But I can't. But so intro's really super short. Like the intro song.
Yeah.
Like they just go right.
It just doesn't even like the first episode. It's just a bass line basically.
Yeah,
just like a pop song.
It is
line.
for the rest of the series.
And I'm fine with that because I don't think I could be introduced to the Big Show every single time, every episode.
Yeah. So, and he's trying to figure out what he wants to do with his career and everything. And I'm just like, okay, well, what about conventions every weekend?
Yeah. We don't hit that really seedy, gross life.
We don't get any of that sad guitar playing in the background with a guy with a colostomy bag. Like,
asking if you ever seen a One Trick Pony.
Oh, motherfucker, that's every scene of my life.
Yeah. This is it. That's me with that colostomy bag.
That's me over there. I'm the one with the fucking Polaroid camera like a Buff Bagwell. Yeah. The only motherfucker that's got Polaroids anymore.
Brother, hipster spot.
I didn't fucking tell you this goddamn shit.
Oh shit, do we have enough battery?
Yeah, we got enough battery. We got for a Buff Bagwell store. I will make the time.
I'll make battery.
Especially with you. I mean,
because I love him.
Yeah, exactly. Another person you're feuding with, Buff Bagwell. I love how that feud's fallen by the wayside. So the last fucking wrestling show I was on was in West Virginia. And it was moving fucking so fucking slow.
Yeah.
Like the day was already felt fucking long. I'd been on the road for 4 fucking days. I was ready to fucking get back home to my girlfriend so she could break up with me a few days later.
That's good.
I was in a fucking rush for this show to be fucking over. The first half was taking forever. I was the first match out of second half, which was not a good place for a comedy spot at all. It's probably the fucking worst.
Yep.
But you put me there anyways, and you don't want any of us to be heel or babyface, so even fucking worse. This is long. It's taking forever, and fucking like all of a sudden I'm just walking around, and all of a sudden you see Buff Bagwell in the back, and I'm like, what the fuck?
What's the stuff doing here?
He's not supposed to be on the show. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this about? Is he just doing a run-in or something? And then the promoter comes out and goes, I got a very special guest because it's a special event. Somebody that, is a legend of the sport, Buff Bagwell. And brings up Buff Bagwell, and he does Polaroids in the ring.
Yeah, he does.
And makes intermission 3 times as long as it was going to be.
Had his hat and everything.
So he took his shirt off, looking real fucking sad right now with that shirt off. He needs to keep that fucking shirt on.
Uh-huh. You think you are Scott Steiner?
Yeah,
get out of here.
He talked about Scott Steiner because it was just like a few days after Scott had been in the hospital. So he cut a promo. Then said he was going to do in-ring Polaroids, so everybody's got to get into the fucking ring, just so it makes it twice as fucking long, which is something like the main event talent does at the end, which delays the person from taking down the ring. But instead, it fucked me over because I'm the match out of intermission. Yeah. So like it just made intermission, made the whole fucking show longer. But of course, this idea of surprise, and I guarantee you, I bet you $1,000 what happened was Buff was at another fucking show, did that fucking gimmick on somebody's at the beginning of the show, and then saw there was another show, showed up to this fucking show, made this show that much fucking longer so he could double dip and get a double payoff.
Hey man, you ain't gotta pay me anything, man. Let me just take some pictures in the ring.
Pretty much. I pretty much saw a wrestling ring like, hey, can I get in there and take the free Polaroid? Sure. I'd love that, Buff Bagwell. That sounds great. Let's fucking make this even longer, and I'm not going to get a fucking penny of it because I'll
cut you a deal. I'll come back and work for you.
Yeah, pretty much. Probably spice it up like that, and the promoter's like, oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Fucking so, yeah. I hate Buff Bagwell just as much as you. Since you're busy hating somebody else right now, I will take up the mantle of hating the American males, okay?
Wait, both the American males?
Scotty Riggs talks a little too long on shoot interviews.
Okay, sorry.
And when you're a video editor...
and you're trying to break down the ring after that?
Yeah, and when you're...
trying to break this room down?
Yeah, when you're trying to, like, edit a shoot interview and... It's a 5-hour shoot interview, and you're like, why am I still listening to Scotty Riggs talk? Like,
so I mean, since we're it's since passed and been announced and other things, our original Revolver match for WrestleMania weekend was going to be us versus the American Males. But then, Scotty Riggs, turns out he can't work anymore. But then it was put out by Revolver that it was going to be us versus what was formerly known as the Ascension from the WWE and Team Tremendous and goddamn Tampa.
That would have been a goddamn good fucking show.
Oh, it would have been great. It would have been great.
I was supposed to wrestle Grado, how am I drawing? Swoggle and Ziggy Dice. So
you were going to be on the Penis Party, right?
No, that was going to be the Revolver show.
Oh, the Revolver show. Sorry,
Penis Party.
Penis Party was going to be you and me, and who else was in that match at the time?
Well, it was you, me, Sexy Eddie.
Sexy Eddie, that's what it was.
I think I had for sure gotten Darren Corbin in.
Oh, good.
And then we needed a woman in there because it was going to be called a pitch your tent match, where basically instead of tables that you're getting put through, it would have been tents.
Yes.
And also, too, when we were first discussing it and pitching it, Brazzers was on board with being a sponsor of the event. And I was like, look, if you want to make the sponsor happy, we can put Brazzer logos all over these tents. Yeah. It's large surface area.
They look real good.
We can call it a Brazzers pitch your tent match.
Yep. Did you have a girl in mind?
I don't. We were having a hard time figuring it out. It could have been anybody. The best one obviously would have been Shazza, but she was already on the card versus somebody else. But Shazza would have been the best.
Yeah.
I mean, she should have won the goddamn thing.
Of course, any girl should have won it.
Exactly, and that to me is the.
It would have been a good Alley Cat spot if she was available.
I think we were even talking about Alley Cat, but it definitely needed to be a woman, and she definitely needed to go over.
Oh, of course.
So, however, wherever, she needed to be the one that goes over. So, because that's the fucking ha-ha of it all.
Anyway, we got to get back to the show.
What were we saying? I'm sorry. We got on the sidetrack of Tampa right there. Sorry.
Man, I got to wipe these tears away. We'll take a break.
Man.
We're going to shoot over to our sponsors real fast. And,
shoot. Come on back.
And now, back to the show.
Back to the show. Well, I mean, we better stay on track or else I'm going to put my Punisher hat on. And
hey.
Punish you for getting on a sidebar that didn't lead nowhere. So... Terry gets introduced. He's talking about a juicer. He breaks a doorknob. Toenails weird. I know I'm throwing a lot of shit, but I'm trying.
We gotta catch up. We gotta speed up, and we're not. There's only one real important thing in this episode anyway. So.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out what the point of this fucking episode is.
What this does? We were talking about at the very beginning, where like he doesn't know what to do with his career.
Oh, okay.
We introduce the idea that the wife is a real estate agent who has a very shitty coworker. And they are trying to sell a haunted house.
Yes.
A house that is actually haunted. Not like a curbside attraction. A real house that is believed to be haunted. And they're trying to sell it. And so Big Show decides that he is also going to get in real estate with her.
Because real estate is easy to get into.
Yes.
Because
why not? Because a girl's doing it.
Yeah, exactly. How belittling is that to your wife?
Yeah.
It's like, oh... Your career that you're doing right now, I could just do that.
Yeah, I'll just go in.
I'll just go and do that. Like,
there's a shit ton of wrestlers that are real estate agents right
now.
No,
he's not wrong. Yeah, he's not wrong that way. He's not wrong that I'm a wrestler and I'd be good at real estate. Yeah. He's not wrong there. But
just assuming that it's so easy because a woman is doing it.
Yeah, like it just...
But that house becomes an important thing.
Yes, it becomes a through line for this whole thing.
And then we get the Punisher joke that only pays off once. We don't want to see the Punisher joke again. The Punisher is just the wife putting a hat on when it's time to ground somebody.
And then
he tries to put the hat on, it's too small.
And then there's like an issue with the rooms, like she flips back and forth. Like Lola's like, "Oh, I'll move in with you, Mandy, and it'll be fine." And then they go back, and then
this is the further on the joke about how bad it is to stay with JJ, because JJ sleepwalks, sleep talks, sleep dances, sleep sings in Italian, which are little gaggy things they do through the first episode.
And then this ends with a contract signing, which I thought was fucking like great. Like I'm in the WWE, of course I know about contract signings, which. That's a bit on the nose.
And then they make the joke about how somebody's got to be powerbombed through that table, which is very funny to me, and hopefully you as a wrestler, like, of course. Or really any fan that's, like, has ever seen a contract signing.
Yeah. So, like, that's good.
Yeah. So this episode stands to introduce the house. And this goes back to the Big Show trying to help but ruin everything, and he basically just gets put on muffin duty. Talks the guy out of buying the house because it's haunted.
And he destroys it because he's a big lumbering oaf.
Yeah.
Which we didn't get enough big lumbering oaf jokes, I think, in this show.
No.
I think we needed maybe a couple more oaf jokes.
There's a point, though, at the end of this, like my favorite episode, where the wife like takes these really funny digs at WWE that I fucking love.
Ooh, that's what a real wife would do.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what a real wife would do.
I love that part. She becomes real awesome later.
Well, let's fucking hurry up.
Let's get to that.
Episode 3. This is starts off with Terry and Sho setting up their alligator defense system.
Why?
I guess
they don't even talk about how they actually have an alligator problem.
Yeah,
they just this is their way of making a lot of money.
This is Tampa. This is where we talk about JJ being a genius.
Yeah.
A real odd thing when the teacher came over and she was giving that news, they offered her some food or something like that, or something cheesy or something like that, and the teacher goes, I can't do cheese, it goes right through me.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not the opposite of cheese.
It should clog you up. Unless you're lactose intolerant.
I don't know. Or maybe, that would make sense.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
I didn't understand. Whatever.
It was a pointless part anyway.
Her line, I was trying to think of how that affect me. I'm like, when I eat cheese, it blocks me up.
No.
So
she's lactose intolerant.
All right, that's what's going on.
I tolerate all dairy, so tolerate all.
So this we get into also Big Show's fear of mascots.
Okay. I don't think this episode holds a lot of weight on anything.
No, it doesn't at all.
Because JJ doesn't even stay in the smart classes. She doesn't like it.
No, she doesn't like it.
There's a funny.
She turns the kids into minions.
Yes, basically.
And
because there's always this ongoing joke that she's going to be an evil genius.
And I think Lola and Cassie is this? Yeah, this is fucking the one where she gets a tattoo. She almost gets a tattoo.
Okay, yep.
So
mom's trying to be cool mom and
cool
go to this concert of this a hologram.
Which, and as small as that concert was, there might have been like 50 people there.
Yeah.
And it looked like it was a place that was like the side room of the neighborhood theater, not the actual neighborhood theater. Yeah. That might be our future.
Hey,
so
that's right. Hologram wrestling.
Hologram wrestling.
Well, no, we'll be in a full-size room. There will be no fans.
There will be no fans. It'll be hologram
fans.
There will be only 50 fans.
There will be computer screens set up so we could hear them yell.
That's about it. That's all we will have. They get a tattoo. She was waiting for her mom to be a mom and say, no, you can't have a tattoo. So they just get a little dot.
Yeah.
All right. That's adorable enough. Yeah. That's good enough. We get to introduce the Taylor Swift character, class president.
Yeah. He comes back to the Mandy, the middle daughter, who makes a lot in like the first episode references to like AOC and Ruth Bader Ginsburg and there was another Leslie Knope. They pull Leslie Knope reference. So she is a very young politician in the making. So she's running for class president. This young little black boy is her opposition, and his name is Taylor Swift.
Okay, I believe I have some.
Who would be the child from Mixedish?
Remember what you said about Mandy. I have something a little bit later on. I think it's a little bit more blunt.
Okay.
There's some subtle things that we're talking about here.
Oh.
But we do keep the connection of Mandy and Hillary Clinton.
Okay.
Keep that in your mind.
Okay.
Keep that in mind.
Okay.
I'm building a case.
Oh, no. Get your motherfuckers ready, everybody.
Well, right now we're building a podcast, and we're on episode 4.
Thank God.
This is where the sinkhole calls back in. I like that. We had to talk about sinkholes, about things to watch out in Florida.
Yep.
And then the sinkhole happens right before we run to school, so you got to take the kids with you to work. JJ goes with Cassie, and then she proceeds to like take the toys and just be, get her mom to be more assertive or whatever. And then of course Lola's on the cooking show with Sho, which I like how like, oh, it's the beginning of the day, school's canceled. Well, you're instead of being on a morning show, it's the midday show. Yeah. Like it's almost like reversing.
You should have already been, even if it's midday, you should have been there since 6.
You should have been. Yeah,
this has to be the 5 o'clock news.
When we showed up to do that morning TV thing, like we were there 2 or 3 hours ahead of time. Yeah. Like that was.
You don't get to just stroll in.
No. They want you there super early and for most of the day.
Yes.
So just to ensure that you're there.
But this is given the tag of like, how competitive you guys are with each other. Which just comes out of nowhere. Yeah,
like we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, and because they're working together to make what they're going to be making on the show early, like they just do it.
Yeah, and then of course the mom's trying to sell the house. They almost have somebody have it, but they don't disclose the fact that the house had somebody die in it. Which is that a law?
Yes,
you have to say
you have to disclose.
Okay,
yes, that is a thing.
But like if it just died, like it's not like a murder.
Yeah,
like
you still have to disclose what happened there.
Hey, this person died here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, like, fuck you and all those people that say like if they want to die at home. You're just lowering the value of your house.
Yeah, way to go.
Like,
making leave that burden for your family, I guess.
That's something I'm going to add to my fucking bit about dying alone in a hotel room. Because everybody's like, oh, I don't want to die alone in a hotel room. Motherfucker, that seems like the most humane thing ever. Because, like, what am I going to do? Die in my fucking house? And then when they try and sell that fucking house because there's too many bad fucking memories because I've created all this fucking trauma of me dying in front of my family. And who knows, maybe my kids ran in and was like, Dad, make blueberry pancakes. And I'm fucking dead.
Here I am hanging from my headboard with fucking jerking off.
Yeah, and then my fucking wife's wondering how long she's been sleeping next to a corpse all night long. And then all of a sudden, fucking, you're freaked out. And then on top of that, when there's too many bad memories in that fucking house, can't fucking sell it because I died in the fucking house. Guess what? Can still sell that fucking Ramada Inn. You can still sell that Red Roof Inn. That La Quinta is just fucking fine.
The lady at the White Wolf Lodge never told me somebody died in my room.
Listen, there's probably going to be a hardworking single fucking mom that's going to find me in a La Quinta one of these days. And guess what? Do you think that's the first dead body she's ever seen? No. As a matter of fact, the last dead body she saw was probably the day she became a single fucking mom. That's what I fucking say. She's got
protocol for this.
She can fucking handle this goddamn shit. She will not be fazed by my dead body. It's the most humane thing is to die alone in a hotel room.
Well, there you go.
I stand fucking by it.
That was just a riff there. It wasn't even... You said you got to work that into your set. You just did it. You nailed it.
That was not a riff. That came from the heart, my friend. That was a testimony.
Are you one of the people that put the "Do Not Disturb" sign on the door as soon as you get there? Because it might be a minute before they find you.
No, I don't do that.
Okay.
I rarely don't do that unless I'm like doing something.
I want to make my bed every fucking day.
Unless I'm taking pictures, full nude pictures in the mirror. That's the only time I put that out there. Which I mean.
Unless it's one of those hotels that like the Green Initiative where you get a little bit of cash back at the end for like not having the turn down service every night. I take the turn down service.
Oh, they do that. There's fancy hotels like that. Okay, yeah, keep that in mind. I just
don't die in one of those.
Okay. All right. Don't die in one of those because they'll charge me extra.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. You'll never get that deposit back.
Yeah.
Incidentals are done, son.
So this leads to a cook-off between Sho and Lola. I like the bell that they use to signify the beginning of the cook-off is the same bell sound effect that's on this podcast.
Hey. Great minds.
Great minds. Just stock bell sounds.
The show makes bruschetta, which is just ketchup on a cracker.
So that happens. The cook-off happens.
She makes turkey sliders, and everyone loves them. Even Mandy, who's like, "Oh, I don't eat meat, but this is delicious." No, meat is murder, but I'd give it up for this.
I give it up for this.
Just like a fucking politician.
Just like
building the case. Building the case.
Building the case. Then we go on to Taylor kisses Mandy at one point in time.
Yeah.
Yada yada yada, and then fucking. JJ's got the Funko Pop outside of the box. So, like, that she stole from her coworkers. Like, you can't return that shit.
No.
You might as well just buy him a new goddamn fucking Funko Pop.
Set it on fire.
Set it on fire because it's out of the fucking box. Yep. And he's a collector, so fuck off. So that episode happens.
Yep.
Episode 5 starts off where the show talks about The Undertaker delivering a baby in the Superdome.
I love his random stories about wrestlers.
Like, most of them are kind of on point and plausible.
Yeah.
This one...
Hey, man, you tried to tell American Badass doesn't know how to get a baby out?
No, fucking biker taker. He could definitely, bring a
baby into this world.
But fucking Dead Man Taker?
Only takes baby out of this world.
Yeah.
Fucking can only take it away.
Can only take it out. That's the way that works, all right? Metallica's playing in the background either way. Either regardless.
Yeah, AJ? Mo? We'll talk about my wife, AJ?
Please don't pair me. Please don't pair me. Please don't pair me.
If you haven't listened, go back and listen to a WrestleMania 36 episode.
So where are we at here? Is this the fucking cruise episode?
No, the cruise episode's later.
Fucking episode 5. I'm trying to figure out where we're at right now. Oh, this is the escape room episode. With
Greg Turbo.
It's
the coolest name ever.
It's a cool goddamn fucking name for sure. I like the whole bit about the names. This is where I'm like, oh, there's some good writing here because we've set some stuff up. We call it all back. I like the jokes about the names, the people being impressed by it. I think a cute little show.
Yeah.
Well written. It's not The Wire, but I mean, I'm just saying. What is these days? The escape room. Now, does the person stay in the room with you? This is where I'll let you take over and I'll figure out that.
Man, Scout, let me tell you a thing or two. You don't know or not, but
no,
Zane Riley, I'm a member of a elite group of escape room artists. We call ourselves. They're in a group of people. Myself, Wrestle Ranger is in our group. Caitlin Camp is in our group. Matt Golda, Daniel Green, I think is his last name. But anyway, we got a couple people, and we are called the Escape Hoes, and we go around and we do escape rooms together as a group. And I have spent so much goddamn money on escape rooms, but I am a escape room addict. And some of them, yes, they do stay in the room with you.
Okay.
Most are done by walkie-talkie, though.
So this is an accurate escape room experience.
When she's like, hey, we should start with the jugs. This is where the first clue will probably be because it's in the center of the room. And then Big Show's like, nope, let's rip it out of the ceiling. They tell you before you do escape rooms, don't take anything out of the ceiling. If it's over 6 feet, it's not part of the game. So.
Okay.
Yep. Any question you might have about this, I got you, bud.
All right. Well, you've answered all those questions, and we can move right along.
Which ends in him. The time is running out to get out of the room, so he just tackles the door and breaks it down
like a real oaf,
like a lumbering idiot.
Mm-hmm. And also too, there's a point where Big Show finds a shirt
with his picture on it.
With his
yeah.
I didn't get a good
WCW giant.
Yeah, but like that picture looked very eerily similar to his mugshot photo. That's
no, I wish that'd have been real cool.
That's the fucking shirt that the Big Show should be selling. Is that fucking mugshot where he's like half like awake? Like,
put that in Pro Wrestling Tees, bud.
Put that in a Pro Wrestling Tees store, Big Show. I'll buy that.
Oh, 2 of them
for sure. And I don't normally wear shirts with guys' face on them, but that's the face I want on my chest.
In the escape room, though, we get another one of those stories about Mankind.
Yeah,
where he told him he couldn't come to his pool party, and Mankind cried.
Well, Mick is a sensitive individual. He's a very sensitive individual. He's definitely a hugger.
And the whole point of all of this is that Big Show is going to play intimidating dad, with the guy going on a date with his daughter for the first time, and the guy recognizes who he is and tells him he's a big fan, and he falls in love with him immediately.
Yeah.
So he's like third wheel on all these dates.
Mm-hmm. Basically, the whole premise of that.
Yeah.
Also, too, JJ hacks Big Show's Twitter account?
Yes. So at the beginning of this, the mom is fired from the real estate company that she works for.
Yep.
So she goes through all these like
stages that are
depression.
Yeah.
And something else. This is what we talked about earlier about how they like there was this second family thing. They talk about Queer Eye a bunch. They say even the name Queer Eye, which is like, oh, that's weird that you would throw. Not weird is the wrong word. It is a choice to talk about a show around homosexuals in a kids show, and it's a choice I love they made. That's awesome.
Yeah,
but they talk about Queer Eye a bunch, to the point where Queer Eye guy shows up. She messages she hacks Big Show's Instagram or Twitter to talk to the guy from Queer Eye that the mom keeps talking about.
Yes. And I wasn't for sure if that was the actual specific person or they just got a generic person.
It's one of the guys. No,
it's one of the it's one of the XPWA Queer Eye guys.
Yeah, it's Angel the hardcore homo.
No, I mean,
sorry.
I mean like a generic made up fucking celebrity. Like it's an actual celebrity.
Yeah, This is the actual guy.
JJ said something.
This is where I first realized that there's been a laugh track on this show for a little bit.
Oh, there's a very noticeable time where
this has a cheer moment, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's been a laugh track this whole time?
Oh, this whole fucking time. This whole fucking time. Also, too, JJ says something that hurts me a little bit.
Oh no!
Where she's talking when she's doing the Twitter hack thing, she's like catfish. Ugly word for a victimless crime. Not.
Keep your ears out for that. Go over to the 10 Bell Patreon. Jake will probably talk about that.
I'd probably talk about that one too, for sure. JJ also talked about, like, what do you think Hillary Clinton called you on your birthday? This is the moment I've been
Everybody
waiting
put on
for.
your tinfoil hats.
Let's put on our tinfoil hats. Was this an actual Hillary Clinton that called Mandy? And how could a young girl have connections to
because
the Clintons?
No, it's more so that she hacks the Big Show's account.
Mm-hmm.
So the Clintons are a Big Show fan.
It's very true. But how do we get to the Clinton? Is there a go-between?
There could be some emails.
There could be some emails, but there also could be correspondence with a man who talked a lot with younger women, who's no longer with us anymore, which leads me to believe is JJ a nefarious character.
Very nefarious.
And once it talks about world domination and secret plots and all kinds of things and nefarious things that she's trying to do. Is JJ connected to Jeffrey Epstein? I'm just saying.
Whoa.
I'm just saying. Like, why is she so acclimated and thinking about, like, hacking into government official and all these things that kind of just get thrown in here and there? Maybe JJ is some sort of operative.
JJ White did not commit suicide. I assume their last name is White? No, right. I'm sorry. Oh, wait, what?
Paul White.
Paul White. So is their last name White? Because they only refer to him as like the Big Show or
They
Show.
only refer to him as Paul like once in the show, and that's like one of the like fun facts about the show. They only use his real name once. I'm like, that's a fun fact.
That's not trivia.
That's not trivia. IMDb.
It's just shitty writing.
That's like them not acknowledging what's going on in the situation. You don't call your dad that, like, whatever.
So JJ White did not commit suicide. If you ever see her dead,
I'm just saying. Very, very interesting. If you want to explore that, maybe if I went back and saw this show again, if I saw this fucking show again, maybe I could find some more Easter eggs that somehow JJ is connected to Jeffrey Epstein. But I'm not gonna go back and watch the show
because you gotta watch The Wire.
I gotta watch the goddamn Wire. Okay, Frank Sabaka's got me hooked, son.
There's some shit going down at the dock. The union workers are mad.
They're mad as fuck.
Andy Belfleur is there. That's a True Blood reference. If you watch True Blood,
yeah. So yeah, they doll the mom up, makeover, talked about it.
She feels good.
She feels good. Great. I feel great because we're on episode 6.
No, the finish of this is that no one's gonna hire me, and he goes, "Yeah, you're right." And she's like, "Oh, that's fucking shitty thing to say," and reveals the fact, and this is a callback also. Mm-hmm. He has bought a city bench with her picture on it as a real estate agent. Mm-hmm. She said she always wanted one.
Yep.
And then she makes him rip it out of the ground and steal it
because it's an awful picture.
Yeah. Now we are at
the WWE cruise, which is very timely.
My favorite episode.
It's very, very, very timely. It's a cruise.
Yeah.
Considering we're going through COVID-19.
Yeah.
It started on a cruise.
There's clearly only 5 people on this fucking ship.
I mean, if anybody's going to get it, we can be wrestlers. So
how does Joey Ryan not have COVID? That blows my mind. As much as he was traveling.
As much as he was traveling, as many people like fondled him in arguably the dirtiest spot on his body. Because I mean, like,
and the dirtiest towns in America.
Yeah, like, how is he not radioactive?
Yeah. So I can Typhoid Mary over here. I mean,
he was very silent there on social media for a while.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe he kind of disappeared, kind of the way Bobby Lashley disappeared when he had COVID and had it and got healthy and came back, and all of a sudden he's out there wrestling again.
Hey.
Brian
Pillman out here, though, wanting to give it from everybody. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to wrestle. Live free or die. I mean, God bless you, Brian Pillman Jr. I'll be at home playing MLB The Show 20. Lego Zane Riley is that PSN name.
At the front line, my friend.
Yeah, I'll be
fight that war.
You do it for me.
Fight that war for all of us.
Some people are made for the trenches. I'm made for my recliner.
Well, are you made for cruises? Because that's what we're going on right now.
Just WWE cruises.
Just WWE
where they don't seem to have to do anything.
No, just. I mean, he's got this much fucking time to spend with his wife.
Well, the point is, like, because when she's like, "Oh, I don't want to go," because he's like, you'll be busy, and he's like, "Well, I just have to do autograph signings, interviews, like lists things he has to do, but never does them while
never
he's
has to take off and do whatever, and it's like an overnight cruise.
Yeah,
and he lists a lot of things, but then he has time for a couple massage, shrimp thing.
Yeah, there were going to be some dancers.
Yeah, all kinds of things, and here's the thing too. So she's mad because
I think we're about to talk about the same thing because I got a little hot about it too. But go.
She's like,
I don't want to go because you're going to be busy.
Yes,
and I'm also busy.
Yes. And then she ends up being the one who's busy
the entire time and misses everything.
But
fucking blames him.
Yes. God damn it! What the fuck is this bullshit?
Blames him.
Yes, always. Like, oh, you're always putting work before me, and then this is really more of a work trip. Yeah. Motherfucker, you did more work than me, and you're gonna fucking do this goddamn shit? Like,
this is so. First off, the reason she's doing so much.
Let me go to where I put those fucking things in my notes.
Jesus,
you know it's bad, and I have a full page of notes on one particular thought,
and it's just one large sentence. This is the reason she has to work so much is because the first house that she is going to sell as her own self-employed self is the haunted house, and she finds someone to buy it while she's on this ship. So she misses out couple massage. At the same time, Mark Henry shows up. So Mark Henry and the Big Show get a couples massage together. Then a seafood tray shows up. She can't sit there to eat it. But at the same time, Mick Foley and Rikishi show up to hang out with Mark Henry and Big Show.
Which there should be a spinoff show with Mark Henry.
Yeah.
And this is where you definitely can tell there's a laugh track, because when Mark Henry shows up, there's like a very large ovation, like larger than an ovation that there would be for Mark Henry to walk out on Raw.
Yeah.
But I could see there being a spinoff.
I would love it. I want to see a 3-man buddy movie with just Rikishi, Mick Foley, and Mark Henry.
Okay. I already know what they're going to call it.
What is it?
The Black Show.
God damn.
I gotta make that joke.
Good.
I gotta fucking make that joke. I gotta fucking make that joke. I'm sorry.
No, you nailed it.
Because it's bad.
Because
come on. But yeah, that whole fucking thing of like, oh, you're gonna be working all the time. It's a work trip. Yeah. When it's like, this is a fucking cruise. Mm-hmm. We are on this cruise.
And clearly he doesn't have to do any fucking work.
Obvious fucking Lee. And he took the time to make this as romantic as possible, even though it is still technically work.
And he even says he had to pay for that room. He had to pay for that $700 for the upgrade
to make it a little bit better, and did this for you. He took a situation, and he made it better. And he wouldn't be in this particular situation if it wasn't because of this job that he fucking had.
And so something they bring back up and then she bitches at him. But here's another thing that we left out here, but they talk about in the show, is that she is known, and they mention it here again in a minute, she is known for saying she doesn't want to do something when she really does, and also yells at him for not doing it then. Because they make this really shitty U2 joke at the beginning. Mm-hmm. She said she didn't want to go see U2. And then he said some title name, and she walks in and goes, oh, I would have loved to have seen that live. So like she has a habit of saying, I don't want to go when she really does. Mm-hmm. So when she said she didn't want to go to this, he's insisted she goes because she thought that she really wanted to.
And here's the thing too. She got busy.
Yeah.
And he was as understanding.
He was cool about it.
Like if she just would have been there for just the couples and stuff, he probably wouldn't have found it. It would have been great. But she missed everything, and he was still okay with it. But she comes back at him.
Fucking blamed him.
Blame the fuck out of him. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you can't fucking deal with being a goddamn wrestler. Why don't you go date some fucking asshole from Bank of America who thinks quoting lines from The fucking Office is fucking comedy? Go fucking do that, sir. No, instead of being with somebody who's a hopeless goddamn romantic whose job takes him far fuck away, but he will then travel to halfway across the country just to fucking be there to kiss you for a few hours on fucking New Year's Eve. He will go the fucking distance to make this whole thing romantic. Now, I know this is not the best situation. It's not the way you see it, but the fact that I'm now on my third...
You mean he, not you.
Whoever. You're now down to your third and fourth 15th best option to make this happen. Shouldn't that be fucking romantic, that you're willing to do whatever it fucking takes in the worst situations and the worst predicaments and to show you how much that person loves you?
Jake is just super happy about the Big Show's relationship, and this is in no way an analogy or a metaphor. And goddamn, not a hyperbole. And now a word from our sponsors.
Let's talk about the kids' party.
And back to the show.
It makes me less angry.
Okay, cool.
The kids.
We've hit a crescendo over on that other end, so
because the parents are gone. Gotta have a party. That's what
gotta
happens.
Have a kid party.
The sitcom trope. That's how it goes. This Monica B girl.
Yes.
Reminds me a lot. This brings up another ex-girlfriend story.
Everybody turn your radios down.
This Monica B girl reminds me of a girl that one of my exes knew in high school, who was a self-proclaimed riot girl, and she's now an accomplished writer out of Chicago.
All right.
But she was very much a up-and-comer and climber, and kind of annoying in that sense.
Right
that
on.
She had a younger gentleman who acted as a publicist in this weird fame type high school, and would pass out 8x10s of like, oh, this is so-and-so. This is so-and-so. And put it down at people's table in the lunchroom. Like, very weird.
That's creepy.
That's creepy. That's weird. You have somebody else doing that.
That sounds like a fake, like, Mean Girls character.
No, that's a real thing, because old Josie was not amused by this situation.
Rightfully so.
Because, like, why the fuck are you passing out your 8x10s in the middle of the goddamn fucking lunchroom and having somebody else fucking do it? So, fucking old Soul Bolt kicked off the feud of the Black Girls versus the Riot Girls of 1993. Shit. When that 8x10 hit the table, she immediately flicked the 8x10 and it slid like a movie down the fucking table, up, curled up, came back, swung back again, and landed at the feet, the Doc Martin fashioned feet of said girl on the 8x10. And looked up, and they clearly met eyes. Like, you're my enemy, I am your enemy. And then from then on, there. So I feel like that's what Monica B is. I would say this girl's name that I'm referring to, but I'm afraid that that same woman in real life is going to be the woman who writes the article about how I use agate on a podcast one of these days. So, I feel like she's the woman who's going to take me down.
Joke's on you.
Joke's on you. I know your real story. I know who you are. I know.
She listens to this podcast. She kind of was on the fence about reporting you for that thing.
Oh, she's in now.
But now you just told that story. She's like, motherfucker, that's me.
But I left her fucking name out, and I know her fucking name, and she is a type of individual that fits Monica B perfectly. So
Monica B is just a bitch that uses Snapchat to put over little stories.
Yeah. So
she is the news channel basically of all these kids.
Oh, and connected.
And all these kids are into fucking politics.
It's because the Jeffrey Epstein connection.
All these little motherfuckers.
Well, because they're hanging out with Bill Clinton at this secluded island somewhere that people are jumping on a plane with fucking Jeffrey, you know? I don't know where this island is. Is it someplace close to Tampa? House. Is it someplace close to Tampa? They fly out of St. Pete? I don't know.
You Tampians, let us know.
You let us know. You little motherfuckers, let us know.
For Jake Alex Jones comes get you.
God damn it.
Brought to you by Blue Chew.
I had a note about lizard people. I skipped over
it. Cool.
I had a note about lizard people. I skipped over it. I felt like I really wanted to get that diatribe about making stuff work for a relationship and it not being reciprocated. I felt like I needed to get that in more than the lizard people rant. Yeah. I think that our audience would have preferred.
Go to that $10 Patreon about lizard people.
Mm-hmm. So they have Mick Foley, Rikishi, Mark Henry sing back.
It comes out that Taylor Swift and Mandy are dating.
Yep, it comes out.
That's the big payoff.
That's the big thing. It's a deal. Then they have a food fight because that's what you do.
Yeah, as a child.
We've said it before, I believe, on this podcast. We've never been in a food fight.
No.
Never seen one, never heard of one. So that's only something that happens in TV shows.
Maybe we start a food fight at like the next convention.
Maybe we should.
And we probably get Marty Jannetty to help us.
Oh, Marty Jannetty
food
fight?
Marty Jannetty, I think you should start a food fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I should.
That's a great Marty Jannetty impersonation.
So if you guys hear about Marty Jannetty starting a food fight, we did that.
We inceptioned that.
Yeah. I spit my top, and my top did not stop. It was my ring the whole time.
Turns out the dad knew all time. He had a camera in the title belt.
Which is my favorite part. They make the jokes. Here's one of the best ones is that the wife calls his belt. He's going to take all of his belts on the trip with him. Mm-hmm. Calls the belt costume jewelry, and I thought it was the best thing.
Not wrong.
And then the daughter digs on wrestling here in a minute too. And I can't remember I got to think about the words while we get there.
Okay. Well,
but but it ends with the Big Show apologizing for nothing, and then Mark Henry, Mick Foley, and Rikishi singing Backstreet Boys song. I forget what it was.
You are
that
my
one.
fire.
Rikishi just going over the top on it like he's going to get a fucking award.
Desire, I know.
Go on. Go, no, what? Yeah, there we go.
I gotta get the chorus.
So yeah, they sing that song together for a little bit, and then they hum it while they dance. There's a phone call. She sells the house to a goth family, and all's well, and they kiss. Big Show did nothing wrong, which is going to be one of our shirts. And now, for a word from our sponsors.
That way.
In case you're listening to this and wonder why we never actually cut to those sponsors, well,
no, we don't have one. We don't have time.
We've talked way too goddamn long about this show.
We fucking have. We probably got to talk about this longer than the actual entire series of the fucking show.
Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it.
Hopefully. If not, go watch The Wire.
Don't watch The Wire because you just watched the show.
Yes, what I said earlier. Episode 7, we start with Cassie's commercial. Lola's best friend Alex is there. Terry's got a ring set up and got Big Show coming in, just beating the fuck out of the motherfuckers and talking shit, which I love the fucking line of you look like a man who's downloaded it, who stopped at 47%. Who's man downloading at 47% and stopped. I fucked it up. It's a great fucking line.
It's a good line.
It's great.
They go back and forth.
Yeah.
You look like your mom dropped you off here.
Yeah, it's good. Whatever. Making us believe that wrestling is actually real.
And you get it's one of those carny things. If you can beat the Big Show, you get a lifelong membership to this gym. That
hit the motherfucker in the knee. Because he looked very gimpy in there. Very side puppy.
Those boots were, and so it also leads you to believe he had no idea this was going to happen. Mm-hmm. And if we know from any wrestler ever, there's never anything. They're just going to yes and.
Oh, dear gosh, no. Not
he was just
ever.
very cool with it.
A little too cool with it. I do want to get into Lola and Alex. Alex was talking about we finally did it. We finally road trip to the Iowa State Fair. This would be something.
Hey, Jake, you're from Iowa.
This would be something that I would just glaze over, but because of my geographic location growing up, now I love my home state of Iowa with every bit of my soul that I could love an actual state. Our state fair is nice and world renowned, but as it pains me to say it, the Minnesota State Fair is far superior.
Oh shit!
So I don't know why you were road tripping to a lesser than state fair.
Jake Manning did not kill himself when the Iowa Mafia comes through.
I did not die alone in a hotel room. I was murdered.
I did not
by the Iowa State Chamber of Commerce. Which may not be connected to Jeffrey Epstein.
May or may
not. This is also the episode we get the debate.
They've decided that they're going to just agree with each other, and it's all going to be good. And then last minute, old Tay Swift goes off record. He goes off script.
Yep, just like Big Show goes off record and says he's going to come out of retirement. A lot of moving pieces to lead into the season finale. What are some other things that happen in this?
She becomes the class president.
Becomes the class president. They break up, and Taylor, I think at the end of the debate, Taylor Swift says, "We are never, ever getting back together."
Yeah,
again.
Which is a beautiful line.
I think that's why you name a character Taylor Swift.
Of course, you have to have that. And now, why he didn't do it every single episode is beyond me.
Why we didn't have Taylor Swift songs throughout there?
Yeah. But if you're gonna save one for the end, that was a good one to go out.
Well, and they also got another one in where they were talking about school ambassador. something Kenneth whatever Perry, but everybody calls him KD.
Yeah.
KD Perry.
Yeah.
Fucking love it. Love it. Great. And then, of course, JJ the whole time has been making a video to keep Lola there. That was real fucking sweet.
Yeah.
So that was a nice little thing. Yeah. Good.
Leads us to the end. Big Show's coming back. I think we could get an appearance from Shad from Crime Time.
Really? I'm like when Big Show comes out with a golden cape. I think the larger African American gentleman. I'm a quick glance.
Go back and look.
I would guess that's that Shad, and I'm only saying that because he was in a movie recently where he was in a park and he tried to rough somebody up, and it looked the way he looks now. I think that's about right. Yeah. So he looks like, because I think he's doing some movie stuff. I think he's in LA right now, and if you need somebody to go in there and take a choke slam, he'd be the guy.
Yeah.
Episode 8, season finale. Hopefully not the series finale. So we talk about him
want to get back into it.
Getting back into it.
They weigh the pros and cons,
and they never bring up the money.
Yeah. Oh, because clearly they got it.
Yeah.
But the money was never an issue though.
Money's always an issue.
But I mean, when he was like, what do I want to do? I just have all this free time. It clearly didn't do anything to make more money.
I mean,
to us poor people, Jake, yes, money is always the issue.
Even when I have all the money in the world, I'm still going to want more.
I understand.
When
I get taken for all the money in the world, I'm still going to want more.
Listen, I'm fucking telling you. When I tweeted a few days ago that I really have the heart and soul of an insane capitalist billionaire, I fucking mean it. I just don't have all the fucking money.
Let's take the capital.
I need to find that one thing that I gamble everything on, and then if it pays off, I will become a monster to society. I'm just one situation, one opportunity away from being a guy who mistreats his employees and asks for a guy who just got leukemia to fly to me in Florida during a pandemic. I am so close to fulfilling my potential.
Oh, man. I think somebody that works on this show named John should talk to the governor of North Carolina and see if we can get this shut down.
Don't worry. Podcasting is essential business. That's already been, that's a nationwide thing.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows that. So, yeah.
Scott Aukerman ain't going out of business anytime soon.
No, sir. You wanted to talk about the wife's snippy comments about WWE.
Yeah.
Is this the time for it?
It was definitely the costume jewelry.
Oh, okay. That's a little snippy thing. Yeah, that would be some wife shit. Bennett is back. He's the assistant now. They got the dog because that's a big thing.
That was one of the pros is that they could get a dog when the Big Show's away because he is deathly allergic to dogs.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a underlining story to this whole thing. JJ steals a dog, basically. And hides it. Then Bennett finds out about it. Bennett is hired to be the mom's assistant.
Because she's crushing it right now in real estate. Big Show's about ready to go back and wrestle. The kids they got to fend for themselves, but they realize that they're going to be too far away as a family.
Yeah.
And they come together and they learn that through It's a Wonderful Life situation where Big Show gets hit in the head with the chair because that's how you practice wrestling is getting hit in the head with a chair. Just once again, another how did this get booked discussion of normal people just think when they think pro wrestling, they don't think about actual wrestling maneuvers.
Yeah.
They think about people hitting each other in the head with chairs. That's what normal people think about professional wrestling. When you say pro wrestling, you hit each other with the head with chairs. In the head. CTE and everything. So we talk about, I like the line that choke slams paid for this house. That's a fucking good one. The Big Show's supposed to appear on WWE TV and he no shows. He backs out at the last minute.
Wow. You can't do that.
You can't say no to Vince McMahon.
No.
You can't say no to Vince McMahon. And live to tell a tale?
And you're going to end up strangling yourself to deff.
Motherfucker, you can't say no. But that was Benoit's whole problem. He knew he couldn't say no. Yeah. And that fucking... Motherfucker was thinking about making the show. Okay? That was the dark side of the ring. That's something that nobody talks about from that dark side of the ring. After he'd already allegedly probably murdered his wife and his child. He was still in discussions of making the show.
I can still make it.
He told that to somebody on the phone. He was thinking about how I'm going to make the show.
Could you imagine what would have happened if he actually did make the show? How, like, what the stories would have been then?
That it just shows the fucking neuroses of us as professional wrestlers. The murder of your wife. Still thinking about making a show.
Hey man, you gotta be professional.
Like that's a level of fucking crazy that
you aspire to be.
That we can only understand. Like you and I can only understand. Like we can only like nobody else can put themselves in the fucking mindset of that, and nobody's talking about that. That was the thing that I took away from that. Like, ooh, that's a bridge I'm not willing to cross, but I can see the bridge.
Yeah,
I can see where that bridge is at. I see the bridge, but I'm not walking across that bridge. No, sir. Well, now that we alienated all our viewers,
that's basically the show.
That's basically the show.
He knows shows, and they have a cute little like, we still have a wrestling match, and then the mom's the ring announcer. The Big Show is the Big Show in all of his gear,
and the little show,
and then we bring out the two daughters, and then his surprise tag partner is the Little Show, and it's JJ dressed as the Big Show.
It's adorable,
yeah.
and I keep thinking of the words the Little Show.
It
still echoes in my head a little bit.
She does her own intro to the song.
It's cute, adorable. The whole series.
The puppy runs up and pins and wins. And
the whole series ends with one big wrestling match at the end, much like Glow, which great, you know, good. This happens. I think we talked about all the highlights. I think I got a lot off my chest.
Good, Jesus. You owe some of these people psychology bills. You gotta pay some of these people some money.
I feel better now.
Okay.
I'm better. Highspots is doing okay, but please keep buying some stuff. Overall, as a show, it's cute, adorable. If you have kids, definitely go watch the show.
Oh yeah.
If you're in the middle of watching The Wire, maybe don't watch this. But unless you have to.
Yeah. Unless you're doing a podcast about it.
Unless you're doing a podcast.
Wait till after you're done watching The Wire. Wait till you're done with season 2, and you're like, man, I really need a palate cleanser.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of like I did with Ozark, where I just watched I binged the first season, and then I was like, man, I gotta watch something else. This shit's just this is a lot.
Yeah, so let's be the time to watch the Big Show or the Black Show. If that's
Black Show. Just have one episode.
Have one episode. What are your thoughts, Zane?
Well, I liked it a lot. It was everything I wanted it to be and more. The acting is not that of one Batista or John Cena or The Rock, but it's there. They understand that this is a Disney-based show, and they hit all the tropes, they hit all the timing, they hit all the jokes.
This could be some kid's favorite show.
100% could be. This could go seasons on a Nickelodeon or a Disney day show. And
I don't think it's embarrassing to pro wrestling.
No, not at all.
And I like the fact that it's not a made-up wrestling promotion that he used to work for. It's WWE, so an 8-year-old kid or a 6-year-old kid could like this show and then end up being growing up and being a wrestling fan. So if this exposes 6-year-olds to possibly liking pro wrestling someday,
for it,
the value
very family friendly.
The value of this show exponentially goes up for me.
And there were moments. There's at least one moment in every single episode where I audibly laughed. Like I thought it was all humorous, but then there were some moments, usually delivered by JJ, where I just literally laughed out loud.
Yeah, I'll give you that. There
a good ha ha kind of moment.
There was always at least one joke somewhere that even someone as jaded as me can pull out of there. So it's definitely, if you have younger kids,
you don't have to binge it. You can just watch an episode here or there whenever you want to, and you'll be done well. And it's quick, digestible. It's
quick. It's fun. It's okay. It's fun. Definitely, if you have kids. Even though my likeness towards it isn't high, but my seeing the value and its
appreciation
worth is 1,000 times over. So I am so happy that it exists. I think the Big Show does a good job. I think this is a great thing for the WWE. I think this is an awesome thing for professional wrestling.
I'm glad this didn't just get thrown onto the network.
Yes.
And just kind of, like, I thought Camp WWE was very funny. Mm-hmm. That belongs on the network, probably. I'm glad this didn't end up there.
Yeah, I'm glad it's on Netflix. I'm glad it's getting some exposure, and I'm glad we're using actually WWE.
I would love to see who they brought on like the second season.
Yeah.
There could definitely easily be a Roman Reigns thing, or you could get a John Cena moment. Like I wish they would have done more wrestlers spread out rather than all in one episode.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was just like. Obviously, it made sense that all those wrestlers were there, even though like I don't know how Rikishi was, whatever. But yeah, like I would have liked to seen fewer wrestlers more often.
Yep, I totally agree with that. I think it's good.
The Miz would be great on this show.
Oh yeah,
for an episode,
especially since they used to be tag partners.
Yeah.
And wrap that story into it, wrap in a storyline from there, and then wrap it into here, and be like, oh, you were so awful traveling with you, yada, 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 yada.
I would pay good money to see The Miz and JJ go at it verbally.
Yes.
I would pay more money to do that than I would on a trademark. On that note, let's wrap her up.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, continue to keep supporting us. Subscribe, leave reviews. Thank you so much, Steve Messa. Thank you so much, Agrat, on Stitcher. Get up with me if I haven't sent you a t-shirt yet. I'm shipping them out. It's definitely something that's happening. It might take I'm shipping them out at least every Monday and Tuesday, so make sure you leave a review. I really do appreciate it. Log on to howdidthisgetbooked.com to buy my merch. I'm shipping that out as well, and I appreciate that. Talked about at the beginning of the show. Appreciate every one of you that's reached out and just send an email, send a tweet, whatever. If you have any discussion about the show, make sure you follow me on Man Scout Manning on Twitter and Instagram. Like I said, How Did This Get Booked? Follow us, leave reviews. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much.
Please run over to the Caleb Conley's Pro Wrestling Tees page and buy Revolt t-shirts while you still can.
While you still can. Check that out. Search up Caleb Connolly, Revolt, Zane Riley.
We sold 12 to Sweden last night. Let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going, guys. But let's keep this fun and How Did This Get Booked going. And we will do it again next time. I don't know what we're discussing next time.
We don't know yet either.
We'll figure it out.
We don't know at all.
We'll figure it out, but it's just going to be me and Zane until you guys say that
this is lame.
This is lame.
You motherfuckers need to get more people on there.
Until somebody says, Zane Riley, who the fuck are you? Get a real comic in here.
You gotta add me on Twitter for that, motherfucker.
You're gonna have to fucking add him on Twitter. But guys, you can just add us at me and Man Scout Manning. I am just rambling right now. Thank you so much for listening to another edition of How Did This Get Booked. Woo.